Dear children of planet Earth, I am Mary. It is with great joy and gratitude that I come to you today. As always, I like to bring gifts. I like to bring peace, balance, joy to your hearts. Many hearts are bruised, suffering, discouraged, exhausted from the journey. I would say that each one of you today finds yourself in a great desert, where it is said that somewhere there is an oasis, there is a perfect world. But you don't know the direction. You don't know the distance. You don't know the time you still have to travel to reach this oasis. And each day their hearts get more and more tired, discouraged. I wouldn't say hope and faith are gone. No, they're still in there. But even they're tired. Even they're waning by the day. Change, transformation, evolution is not an easy process. Every day, every minute, you find yourself struggling with your own fears, results of your creations, and it seems that all this will never end. On the contrary, it seems to increase every day. So I'm going to give you another view. You never really saw yourself as you are. You were cloaked by the ego, which was fed and never let you really see who you are. Evolution, the increase in consciousness, causes this ego cloak to fall away, and you really see yourself as you are. So it's that feeling that everything gets worse every day, that it feels like the more you walk in that desert, the more hills you have to climb, and that oasis never comes. It seems that everything conspires to make the journey more and more difficult. So I'm going to give you another idea. When the ego cap comes off, there are many layers. How many lives have you incarnated? How many places? How many experiences? How many learnings? Tens, hundreds, thousands. It all forms layers. It's like you were starting from a little ball, and every day you put a little bit of cement in that little ball, creating a layer. The other day, that layer is still not very dry, but you put on another layer, and so they increase that little ball. Interpret this ball as you do, and that cement as the experiences of each incarnation. So the outermost layers are easier to break because they are more recent. This cement is a bit magical. It doesn't harden as quickly. It hardens over millennia. So with each outer layer, it is always easier to be broken, because it is more recent. And with each layer that is broken, a new one appears, and the difficulty of breaking it increases as you go deeper, with the intention of reaching just that little ball. That's why everything becomes more difficult every day. Humanity, or any people in the universe, is moving forward. It is the path of evolution. What changes is the speed. Some walk faster, others are slower. But the distant times were times of a lot of pain, a lot of magic, a lot of violence, death. It was a lawless time. Few divine laws, I would say. Over time, humanity grew, evolved, and some values were cultivated, values of the good. And those not so good values were being fought. So the outermost layers are evolved layers. They are easy to break. As you reach the inner layers, which correspond to those lawless times, those times of pain, these are more difficult, because the load to be transmuted is very heavy. For this reason, this feeling that you strive, you change, you increase your consciousness. But it seems that everything becomes more and more difficult. It's because you are coming into those layers full of pain, blood, violence, and each energy that leaves these layers to be transmuted causes imbalance, pain, suffering, difficulty in your current path, because each energy needs to be transmuted into the same quantum of opposite energy in order to be fought. Then the teachings become heavier. The load seems to get heavier. But how? I know I'm evolving. Why is my path heavier? It's like I explained. You are now transmuting very dense energies from a distant past. And these energies can only be transmuted with one feeling: love. It is the only element capable of lessening the load, lessening the pain, lessening the burden. So face all these difficulties with love, not with anger, not with despair, not with imbalance. Look at each one of them head on, and pour all your love into that problem, and you will see how suddenly, as if by magic, the burden is lightened. Look at everything with love. Face everything with love. Receive everything with love. And as much as those mountains in the desert get higher and higher, you will feel that you are starting to jump so lightly, and you will be able to cross them easily. What you can never do is lose faith and trust that that oasis exists and is somewhere in the desert, and that you are being guided to it by your evolution, by your path to ascension. So accept your burdens with love, because if you are going through this now, it is a sign that you are reaching the deeper layers, and the closer you get to that little ball that is your soul. There may still be a lot of difficulty, but at least you guys know you're getting close. The harder it is, the heavier it is, a sign that the layers are deep and that you are getting too close to your soul. And the day that happens, you'll find that oasis, as if by magic it will appear in front of you. What you cannot do is give up. What you cannot do is not have persistence, perseverance, confidence. Because if you lose it, that oasis gets further and further away. So keep walking, look at everything with love, and you will notice how that immense, heavy burden will become light and easy to carry. Peace be with you. Thank you for watching.